following a lot of your work on social media, on and finally I'm here, and everybody has been working on those projects, and it's such a pleasure to hear the kind of work you have done, and such a pleasure to meet you also. We talk about you. That's you. Now, in this whole ecosystem, you play two parts. What are the parts you play? You're emphasizing a lot about your role. What is the role you play? You play the role of change makers. At the same time, you're also the people who are affected the most by those changes, by those challenges. And that is why there's a whole lot of expectation from you of bringing that change in our society, in our families, and in the whole world. There are about 1.8 billion young people around the world, and 90% of that population lives in the developing countries. And India is one of the biggest chunk of that. Would you agree with me? Yeah? If I talk to you, what are the things you find really, really annoying around you in today's world? So you go out of this room, you walk out, and there's so many things you'll complain about. What are they? Anybody?
Poverty, illiteracy.
Sorry?
Illiteracy,
poverty. No, things which affect you really, like, arey, the traffic bahut kharab hai. The traffic is really bad. Yeah? What else? Pollution. I can't breathe. We had that on Diwali, right? I was choking for like 3 months. It was horrible. This time it was really, really horrible. Great, happily. And we would help each other remember how the movie was and how much we finished, what happened, because I think in today's time we would forget within 10 minutes what the story was, because there's so much of accessibility. Then we saw the times when we had access to internet, we had access to, there was another channel which came up, DD. The first colorful channel we all watched, DD Metro. Remember? I'm too old. I'm just in my 30s. And that was like a lot of exposure to entertainment and information. Then came the whole cable TV. And how many people have stopped watching the Tata Sky now and moved on to Netflix? Most of us. So we are the generation, or you are the generation, who's seen the most amount of changes in a very fast pace. The generation before us was very slow, and the changes were very slow with them. And same counts for the challenges, the pollution, the climatic issues. We are the ones who are affected the most, the population. So we are also the most responsible ones. I have a daughter, she's 3.5, and anything I do today, I always keep her in mind, because she will be the one affected after a decade by the changes we bring in today. Now, it doesn't have to be a massive change, like you will change the world and you will just bring a whole revolution. It can be something very small. Like, she's 3.5 and she's horrified by plastic for some reason already. And anything we do, she would be just like, even if she cannot make proper sentences, but she would just say, Mama, this is plastic. Maybe she doesn't know what it means, but she's being taught at school that the smallest contribution she can make is go for reusable things. And she's educating me, plastic is not good. And I'm so impressed at that age. A few years back, I was doing a show on radio. I don't know if any of you heard that show. It was on Red FM. It was about women in our society. And every week we spoke about a different issue women are facing. It would be domestic violence, or it would be dowry, any sort of crime, which is a lot of acid attack victims, or it was the harassment at the workplace, or even the health issues, talking about menstruation, which has been a very important topic last few years. What was really special about every individual who came on my show, even though they were the victims, they did not just come out of that problem. They actually came out and did something for a lot more people. So now this chunk of youth, I would divide you guys in two groups. A group which is privileged, has the platform, has the opportunity, which is a smaller group. And a group which comes from a background where they do not even have the option of speaking up, or making choices, or even knowing what possibilities they have. So one of the programs which we work through my foundation is about adolescent health. So I started working on maternal health because there were a lot of maternal deaths all around the world, and even in India, so many challenges which women are facing while giving birth. And then we went on to discussing like the issue is not just something like when they become pregnant or when they give birth you can fix at this stage. You have to actually go back to the root, the foundation. And where does the start begin? It all starts when they get into the adolescence phase. They need to be more aware of their health issues, they need to be more aware of the challenges they're having. So we do a lot of programs in colleges or Delhi University here in Delhi, and even at school level. So the privileged group, which has access to internet and information, they are the most vocal ones. They would speak about the issue, they'll openly discuss with doctors what are the issues they're facing, and even challenge them, be it their mental health or physical health. Now there's a group which is in the villages, where we go a lot, or even in the prisons, where we go. Now that group, first thing they wouldn't even know what actually adolescence phase means. Talking about menstruation is a far thing for most of those girls, and many of them get to know about menstruation the day they have it. There's no early knowledge. And that is the group also which is affected a lot by teenage pregnancies. A lot of children not having any access to family planning, not even having an opinion or not even having a voice about it. Now, the privileged group is more responsible. Being a privileged group, you have to provide that platforms for the ones who do not have access. And that is where